So based on what technique has been used on your brows with me, I've either done hair stroke or feather stroke, ombre brows, which is fully filled in brows like mine, but that are slightly more sheer once they've healed, or a powder brow, which is a slightly heavier application and fully filled in. If you've had an ombre brow or powder brow with me, I will be giving you some wet wipes in a bag. And with clean hands, every half an hour after you leave the studio, you would need to give your eyebrows a little wipe. So what you would do is you wouldn't create aggravation and rub left and right because already trauma has been created to the area. You would take the wipe and just give a firm wipe one side, a firm wipe the other side, and then actually turn to a clean side of the wipe and pop the wipe back in the bag. And then half an hour later, you will take that same wipe out the bag. You now have a clean side of the wipe, and you will repeat that. Wipe quite firmly one side, quite firmly the other side, again turning to a clean side of the wipe and popping that back in the bag. And why do you do this if you're having a powder brow or an ombre brow? What tends to happen with these techniques is a little bit of lymph fluid collects on the surface of the brow. That lymph fluid and a minuscule amount of blood that you can't even see tends to make the scab. So if it sits on the surface and goes dry, it starts to make a scab. The bigger the scab, the more color loss. So every half an hour for the day that you've had your eyebrows done, you'll give, if you've had ombre or powder brows, you'll give a wipe to the one side, a wipe to the other side, every half an hour until you wash your eyebrows that night, and then you will stop with the wiping. You really just in that first few hours are trying to not allow the buildup of lymph fluid on the surface of the skin, which will eventually pull the pigment out the skin and create color loss. So that's why you're doing it.